Hello, hello, hello. Let me get this link out. Looks like it's only me here today. The fact that people are going to be watching this later. Okay. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Well, since it's just me, I'll just get started. Hello, Precious. Since only Precious that is here today at 5, guess we'd have to wait for everybody else. Hello, Faith. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Good morning. So there's 3 of us. I'm just going to start when we are like 10. Hopefully that'll be very fast. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tammy Tope. Good morning. Good morning, guys. You guys are early. I love it. I love to see it. Let's get this money. Okay. Anyways, we'll start once it's like, we'll start in the next maybe 3 minutes. I really don't have the patience to wait for anybody because I woke up since what, 3 and I'm here. So I don't have the patience to wait for anybody. Hello, Janet. Good morning. Just going to share this on the groups for those people who don't check the announcements. All right, you guys, let's just start. So today we're going to be talking about 10 mindsets of people who make money. Yesterday we talked about why you need to make money. Good morning, Sophia. We talked about why you need to make money. We talked about what money is. We talked about a lot of things that concerns money actually. So in today's class, we're going to be talking about the mindsets of people that make money. And this is because I watch a lot of videos about these people. I listen to their podcasts, and these are some of the things I believe that they do that helps them make a lot of money. So, the first one, the top on my list is abundance mindset. That's the number one mindset. Now, here's something that I believe. The mindset that you have now that is not making you money, it's not the mindset that will make you money, right? So if you want to become um okay, if you want to become rich, let me put it that way, you'd have to let go of the way you think or the way you used to think. You need to embrace a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing life, a new way of seeing the world. Right now, the major issue a lot of people have is that they are so in love with the current mindset that they have that they are not willing to let it go, to embrace the mindset that will give them the kind of money that they want. Right, at each point of your life or at each point in your life, you are going to need to say embrace a new way of thinking, a new way of thinking for you to reach the next level, right? So the best way to look at it is to think of it as the reason you are where you are is because of the kind of thoughts that you currently think. I hope we're following. Are we following? And you see all these quotes and stuff that say the things you think makes up your actions, right? So the way you think currently is the reason why you are where you are. If you want to move and become someone else, or if you want to create a new life, you must embrace a pattern of thinking that is you must embrace a pattern of thinking that is in alignment with that new thing that you want to become. Right? So say currently you make 30K a month currently. 30K naira, 30,000 naira a month, and you'd like to be able to do like 300,000, you have to stop thinking like somebody that makes 30,000 and start thinking like somebody that makes 300,000 naira. Now, the crazy thing about this thing is a lot of people will think when they start making, which is the illusion of everything, when they start making 300,000 is when they'll start thinking like somebody that makes 300,000. But the problem is that if you don't think like somebody that makes 300,000, you will never get to that point. I hope we're following, and we get that, and we get that the thing you want to become, you must start thinking like that particular thing before you become that thing. So it's not when you become that thing that you start to see yourself as that thing. Right now, with your limited resources, with everything that you need that you don't have yet, you must start to see yourself as that thing already. And it's a very, very powerful way. I think some people call it manifestation, right? You start to live in in the reality that you want right now. So I'm going to tell you something about, I think that was 3 years ago. I stumbled on a video on YouTube. It was like a visualization video exercise thingy, and the person was like, close your eyes, imagine the life that you want, imagine the details. How does your room look? How does your life look? What are the things that you can afford? What are blah 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 blah? And I just sat down there and hey, I performed the exercise. It was very, at that time it felt very silly, but I did it. And by the end of the exercise, it felt like I felt closer to my goals, right? I felt like this was me, this was my goals, and my goals were very achievable, right? And it made me put myself inside my future self. And so I started to act in accordance with my future self. I hope we're following. This is very crazy mind work. It's you that you'd have to embrace this new way of thinking. So now you want to become a millionaire or whatever, you have to start acting like a millionaire would. I'm not saying spending like a millionaire, which is two different things. And funny enough, a lot of people would spend as though they're in that level, even though they are not. You cannot, and I tell people you can't fool anybody, you're only fooling yourself, right? So it's not about spending like that, it's about thinking like that. What are the things that this person would do? What are the things this person will do? And okay, if these are the things this person will do, these are the things I'm going to do in order to be able to achieve that same result, right? In order to be able to achieve that same result. Now, of course, I'm not going to tell you that this particular thing is borderline crazy. In my first year, that was when I would say I was at my brokest, maybe 2020. My brother and I were going to church that day, and I told my brother, I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire. Just randomly saying, like, I'm going to be a millionaire. And it's like, haha, the way people treat me I'm basically used to it now. And he said, how do I know? I said, I just know. Because prior to that, I started doing things that I know that these millionaires, this is when they wake up. They wake up at this time. They do this particular thing. They do this particular. I was doing those things, and I was like, if I keep doing these things, it's very evident that we end up with those same results, right? Now, I kept on saying it. I kept on seeing myself living that life. Even right now, I would not say I'm where I want to be, right? But I do know that it's very close, very, very close, right? And the idea is that imagine, I didn't even put on my lights. You guys, give me a second. Ah, brightness. Okay, it's one more light. Okay, my eyes are trying to adjust to the. Oh, do I look clearer now? I totally forgot to set up the lights. Okay, okay, so as I was saying, I can't remember what I was saying. But here's what I think. I think it takes guts and courage to be able to imagine yourself in a future that does not exist yet, right? Most if you are going to actually have a chance at being great, it's not going to be at something that everybody expects. That has to be something that is challenging, and you'd have to see yourself as that thing even when you are not that thing, right? So you have to act in accordance with those particular traits, and automatically that life will now become your life. And I know that this may sound borderline crazy, but I'll just dare you to do these things that I'm about to list out, these 10 mindsets. I'll just say, if you can, go ahead and be so serious about it, and you'd see how much change you'd have in your life in the next, say, 6 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. And of course, it's only if you do it, if you don't give up, if you don't give up. But if you are here 5 a.m. at this time watching me talk about this, it means you really, really want things to change. You want a better life, you want a different life. And that is why you're here. So let's talk about the 10 mindsets of people who make money. The first mindset is one, they believe in abundance. They believe that there is a lot available. And because there is a lot available, they are not scared. I don't know how to explain it now. You see, a lot of people they say, "Oh, there's no money in Nigeria. Things are hard. There are no clients. There are no customers." But then I want you to know that it is where you are standing. It is the perspective you are looking at life from. Because there's always money. It's just not in your hands. I hope you're following me. There is always money, it's just not in your hands. You need to start thinking of money as something that exists. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it, and you must get your fair share. So, if you continue to look at money as something that is not a lot, something that is scarce, something that is hard to get, something that is meant for only some people, you are not going to make a lot of it because then your mind is trapped. There's no space in your mind for you to make money. Are you following me? I want to know anything. Are you following? If that is the way you think currently, let me know. Let's fix this. Let's fix this here. So you have to open up space in your mind for you to be able to make money. So there has to be a gap that money will fill. There has to be a gap that money will fill. So for a lot of people, because you are so conditioned or you've been conditioned by your parents, by your society, and I will let you know that your environment has a lot to do with your perception of money, how you think of money, your perception of reality, the kind of people that are around you has a lot to do with the way you see things. So now, if because of the way they've so conditioned your mind, you started to think that there is not enough of money. And because you don't think that there's a lot, you don't ask for a lot. And at the end of the day, you don't get a lot. And you ask yourself, why am I here? Why can't I afford the things I want? Why is the only thing I can do just screenshotting all these things? Why? Why can't I have all these things? And it's not because you are lazy. It's not because you are the most inconsistent person. It's mostly because your mind cannot fathom the idea of a lot of money being yours. So it has to become something that is regular, something that you put every, as you say, I'm financially free. I have like so many things that I put around me to remind myself that although I am not there yet, I am on my way there and it is possible that, and this is what I want you to understand, right? We all have different realities. My reality is not your reality. In your reality, it might be crazy for you to think that, oh, why would anybody spend why would anybody spend 20K on food, on one meal in one restaurant? If I have 20K, I know what I will buy. I know what, right? In your reality, 20K is a lot. Like 20K is do you understand? That's your reality. Now, for another person whose reality is different, who is probably making like, I don't know, 200 million or something, 20K is 20K. Do you understand? So it's very funny when I see people that say, oh, this thing is so expensive, this blah blah blah. That's your current reality. That is your current reality. So the more you can understand that there's a lot, but maybe in your own current reality there is not a lot, but it does not mean in the world generally there is not a lot, right? So you have to open your mind to the idea that there is enough to go around, that there is a lot of money available. And this particular mindset, I'll tell you that it is going to um it's going to change your life once you start to embrace it. It's going to change your life once you start to embrace it, right? Because for a lot of people, for the most part of their life, they live in scarcity, in the idea that they need to keep hoarding, managing, manage. One of the words I had to cut out of my life was managing. I think I told my mom once, I was like, I don't want to manage. I want to live fully. I want to be able to buy stuff without thinking about, oh, this thing was so expensive. Or I want to be able to buy things without having to save several months for that thing. Right? So because I want that, my mind has opened up to the idea that, okay, this thing, I want to be able to do this thing. And so there's space in my mind for me to be able to embrace opportunities that allow me to have that kind of life. So essentially what I'm saying is there has to be space in your mind for you to be able to embrace that sort of reality. You have to have created a gap in your mind where opportunities can fill. Because when you think that there is not enough, you close your mind to the opportunities that will open up those pathways for you to make that sort of money. Right? And the truth is that it has never been easier to make money than it is right now. Because you have social media, you have all that you need within the reach of your fingertips, and it's also for free, sort of. Right? So if you can embrace the idea that if this person is making 2 million a month, I can also do that, it becomes easier for you to do it. But if your mind is closed and you feel like there is not enough, you'd look at that person and you say, it's a lie, you are not making this amount, you are probably into fraud. That's why you are saying you are probably, it's probably a man's money, it's probably a man that is giving you this money. Many people like that, oh, this person, I'm sure, it's a lie. It's a lie. This thing cannot pay anybody like that. It's a lie. Somebody is funding a lifestyle. Somebody is funding a lifestyle. Of course, if that is the way you think the only way for you to reach that particular point is if somebody funds your lifestyle and you're not ready to let anybody fund your lifestyle, of course you end up poor, broke, and bitter. Right? So, what I need you to do today is to open your mind to the idea that there is a lot available for you and you can get your fair share. All right, so number two, the second mindset that you need to have if you really want to make money is the mindset of value. So yesterday, a lot of you guys asked me questions on if I sell this, how can I also provide value? I think some of you already have the idea of value entangled as like it has to be educational. No, right? Value it's not really about, it's not only about me like teaching you this kind of thing. I say, oh, this knowledge Kita is teaching me is valuable. No, it is anything that somebody needs to get something done or to live a better life, so to say. So this pen, for me, this particular brand of pen is, I'll say it is very valuable to me. I have a lot of it, right? This particular pen is valuable to me because I enjoy writing with it. It's just a pen, but this brand of pen is valuable to me. So you say, okay, this is valuable. Now, the idea is if you want to make a lot of money, you must be able to provide a lot of value, right, to people that need it. Now, the more you are able to create, and this is something I shared with members of my newsletter. You probably should be able to find the newsletter. Let me see. So if you are not subscribed to the newsletter, I don't know what to tell you. It comes with a course, the Bastard Money Magnet course, where I talk about some of these things. I talk about them more. I talk about abundance mindsets more in the newsletter. Yeah, the newsletter comes with a course, and you can only buy that course if you subscribe to the newsletter. All right. Give me a second to find this. I don't even know what the title of that particular email is. Not sure. Yikes. I can't remember the name of the newsletter. Okay. Well. Probably if I remember what particular name it is, I'll be able to find it. But essentially, what I was saying in the newsletter is to make money, you have to be able to provide value. That's it, right? The more valuable the thing you have is, the more money you are going to make. So now, let's say uh, I have a particular knowledge that is valuable, and I'm sharing it to people. So let's say this knowledge of mine, I'm pricing it at 150K, like my brand strategy consultation, which I believe is even more valuable than that, and I'll be increasing the price anytime I like. So now I have this um knowledge. I believe, okay, if you're going to want to, you want me to teach you this thing, you want me to help you sort out this thing, it is priced at 150K, right? And there's somebody else who has something lesser than that for 10,000, right? Now, if this person with something lesser than that is priced at 10,000, this person can sell to, say, um, 10 people. So the person will have to work with 10 people in order to be able to make what I would make. A person will have to work with 15 people in order to make what I would make at with one client, right? So now, this is how I want you to view value. The bigger, the better, the better the value you are providing is, the more wanted that thing is, the more you can make for it, right? So if you are providing value to rich people, you get paid more. If you are providing value to people that don't really have much to give, you get paid less. So the idea is to become somebody that is so valuable that you cannot even be ignored, right? You have the kind of knowledge that people would want to pay millions for, and then you get paid more for it. Now, the kicker is, if you are now able to put yourself on a platform where a lot of people can see you and see that you have this value to give, you get paid a lot, because now a lot of people are exposed to your ideas, and you are able to find more people that can actually afford to pay you whatever you want. How about making sense? How about making sense? Am I? Are you lost? Let me know now, because I know I'm throwing the word value. I'm throwing it around. The idea is that you want to be able to do things, you want to acquire skills. You want to acquire skills that makes you unique, right? Now, the mindset of somebody that makes money is somebody that thinks of providing value to people, somebody that thinks of serving people. What you realize with a lot of people who are poor is that they are not able to serve people um in a way that they are not replaceable. In a way that they are not replaceable. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not replaceable. You'll never find anybody like me." You're lying. You are lying, because you don't have the kind of skill that people cannot easily replace. You are not going to get paid a lot. So somebody that thinks, that is value oriented, that thinks you'd want to improve yourself, you want to make yourself somebody that is a force to be reckoned with. You don't want to be somebody that you say somebody comes in and they price you, maybe your price is even 10K. You're like, this thing is 10K. And I say, I can't pay 10K for this thing. 5K. I only have 5K. And because you don't consider what you have valuable enough, you say, oh, then bring the 5K. Me. You come to me. Then okay, first of all, the thing is 10K. First of all, it's 10K. And you're not saying, five what? You can pay a deposit. You pay the second half later. But that price, that is the price. Because if I'm putting it at 10K, this is extremely valuable, and I'm even saying, let me pity you. Let me help you. Let me just, that's the only reason why it's that price. Right? Why? Because I believe what I have is valuable. You know, the funny thing is, that particular thing that that person has at 10K could be very valuable, right? But because you are so willing to give it to give it out at a price that is half of it, it depletes the value of that thing. In fact, the topic of value itself is very deep, it's very interesting. I wouldn't want us to spend too long on it. But here's what I want you to know. If you are going to make good money, you'd have to provide a sort of service to people. Now, if this service is not replaceable easily, it's good for you. People that something like Facebook, something like Instagram, right? Those are people who are also providing value, right? Social media platforms like YouTube that we're on right now, it's hard to replace YouTube, which makes them very valuable, right? So when you start to think in that direction of what can I do for people that makes a huge difference in their life, a huge difference, so much that they cannot replace me, you start to see that you make more money ultimately. Ultimately. So now the third thing, the third mindset of people that make money is that they are patient. They are patient. They understand that it's a journey. It's a journey. You cannot rush it. You have to go through the education phase where you learn, you relearn, you unlearn, and you keep learning. In fact, every day you learn, not you learn on some days, right? When I pick up a new skill, I tell you, I will learn for at least 3 hours every single day for any new skill. Why? Because you have to learn, and keep learning. If you are going to even become an entrepreneur, whether I don't know where you are, maybe you are even doing a 9 to 5, the better you are able to learn, the more you're able to improve yourself, the higher you're able to earn, even as a 9 to 5 person. When you stop learning, right, you stop earning, well, you are dying. If you're not learning, you are dying. That's it. There's no midway about it. If you are not learning, you are dying. Now, the idea of patience, right, is that you, although I told you to imagine that life that you want, even though you want that life, the best part to that life, eh, is you patiently doing everything required to get there. It's not going to be fast. And I know that a lot of people want fast money. When people come to me and say, oh, Kita, how can I just first of all relax. If you look at me now, you're like, oh, Kita, blah blah blah. Go down, scroll down my page. I started I started since, right? I've been on this journey for like say 4 5 years or something. So you you cannot be trying to, oh, I'm going to just match, I'm going to run, I'm going to, you will pressure yourself, and at the end of the day, you will quench, you will break down, right? It's gradual, it's a process. And and somebody, I don't know, I think it is Leila Omozi that says patience is simply figuring out what to do in the meantime. Patience is figuring out what to do in the meantime, right? So, say you've gotten started on a particular project, or you started a business and things are not yet going I know you're rosy. Patience is you figuring out what are the step by step things that I need to be doing until I get to that particular point. What are the things that needs to happen until I get to that particular point? Right? So you don't you need to break down the things that will get you there into small goals that can keep you excited until you get there. So we see a lot of successful people that celebrate tiny, tiny wins. Like, oh, I just hit. If you follow me, if you've been following me for long, you know that I celebrate nearly. I have wins to celebrate almost every day. Oh, I just got 200 subscribers. Oh, nice. I just got 500 subscribers. I just got 1,000. Now I'm at 1,500, 1,700, 2,000, 2,300. Hopefully, 10,000 soon, 100,000 soon, right? The idea is that you keep celebrating the little wins so that you have something to keep you moving until you get to that point that you are going. And honestly, there really is no point. You keep going and keep celebrating things until you probably die or something. Right? So patience is you figuring out what to do in the meantime. Now let's go to discipline, which is the fourth thing, fourth mindset that you need to have. You have to become a disciplined person. You have to do the things that you said you would do when you said you would do them, right? And honestly, discipline is one of the hardest skills. Discipline is hard. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think I used to think, oh, it was easy, but discipline is hard in the the bits of distractions. Discipline is not easy, but it's something that is required for you to get the kind of results that you want. For instance, you are here now on this live. Imagine you wait for me 5:30. I'm not here. 6. I call and like, oh, sorry guys that I did not show up. I'm so sorry. Ah, I slept off. Ah, blah blah blah. Right. Every day I give excuses. What happens at the end of the day is you start to lose trust in me. I start to lose trust in myself. So what I need you to know is that if you are going to make any good money, you're going to be disciplined at doing the boring things. Honestly, most part of making money is actually boring because you're going to have to be working. You're going to have to do the boring adult stuff, right? And most people don't want to do that. They just want to watch movies and enjoy their lives and do all this blah blah blah, normal life shit. But if you want to make a shitload of money, you're going to have to forego a lot of things and stay disciplined at the field that gets you results. Right. So a lot of people say, Kita, how are you able to do so much in so little time? I don't consume a lot of content, right? I don't consume a lot of content. So I just naturally have a lot of time on my hands because I prioritize what is more important at the particular time. Right? I woke up 3 a.m. Today. I already saw a couple of videos learnt from some I already um saved up numbers, sent them um messages to get them on the group. We're here doing a live and it's just 5:38 and I've done a lot of things already, right? And then there could be another person who has just been scrolling on the internet all day. Priorities. If you want to make a lot of money, it's not in the beginning, it's not exciting. People will call you boring. They'll call you a workaholic. They'll call you all sorts of names. You are too serious. You you take life too seriously. You need to remember where you are going. And honestly, if you don't have the life I want, I will not take your advice. You can't advise me. I'm looking at your life and I like yeah, I don't even want your life. So why the fuck do you think your opinion matters? Do you understand? So discipline is you persisting at the boring things that are so boring. And people just say, Kita, why don't you keep doing this to yourself? You are young. This is the time of your life where you should be enjoying, where you should be. But I see it from a different point of view. I am young. This is the time of my life where I have the chance to build, to create the life that I want. This is the time of my life where I can do enough epic shit that I will not have to explain myself to my children that this is why we cannot afford this thing that you want. It is because money does not grow on trees. No. Okay, you want to be disciplined. You want to do the things that matter now. And don't let people get into your head. Don't let them make you feel like you're doing too much. Most likely, you're not even doing enough. You're seriously not doing enough. So you'd have to do even more than whatever it is you think you are doing to get whatever results. If it takes you 5 hours of work to start making 100K a month, best believe it's going to take you maybe like 10 hours to do double of that. You have to do more activities, leverage on more things, come up with more ideas, network with more people, do more. So it does not get easier. And it does not get well, certainly it might get more exciting because then you start to have enough money for you to do things that are, interesting. But to be honest, it's not exactly going to get easier as you go on. So yeah. Discipline. The next one is excellence. Excellence. The need to be better, to put out your best. If it can be better, it has to be better. Right now, excellence is something that comes with time. The more you do something, you repeat an activity, the better you get at it. Right? But then there has to be this mindset where you want to put out your best. If it can be better, let it be better. I've worked with a lot of people, graphic designers, writers. We will keep revising until we have something that is incredible. We'll keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Good enough. Not even good enough until it is the best that we can create at that particular time. The idea is that you are not just doing it for doing its sake. You want to do whatever you are doing to become the best at it, to become somebody that cannot be replaced. So if there's a way you can make whatever you are doing better, you have to do it. And for a lot of people, they just do shit for doing its sake. If I work with you and I said, this is the project we're working on, expect that you give me your absolute best. For a lot of people, it's not about the absolute best, it's just about doing it. And if you're going to make a lot of money, if you're going to provide a lot of value, you cannot just do things for doing sake. It has to be extremely good. Right? So excellence. So I used to live with one of my aunties who I totally ghosted her like twice because after I dropped that chair, she wanted to see my ran. But then there was this day she told me to wash her car, and I went there. I just poured water, I just did so. And she came out, she was like, "You've washed this car?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "If you cannot do things excellently, excellent people will come in and they will rubbish you." And that thing entered into me like, I definitely could have done this better. I could have cleaned it in such a way that it will be so sparkling, it will be so clean, but I chose to be mediocre, right? There's a thin line, there's not even thin line. If you're a mediocre person, you will never be able to reap enough fruits of what life has to offer. You will always be forgotten, right? You don't want to be there's nothing in the middle. You want to be at the top. You become somebody that, you know, that you cannot be placed as the masses, as the average person, as the common person. You want to be somebody that stands out, and that is excellence. You need to do things, and overdo them. People tell me a lot that, Kita, they always overdo. But why should I be average? There's nothing, what good comes from being average? What is the benefit of being average? You just be lumped in average person. I'm not an average person. I'm an excellent person, right? I'm different. I'm unique. You cannot sum me up with everybody else. I cannot be summed up. Excellence. The next one is curious. Curious. You have a curious mindset. You ask questions. I will let you know that a lot of the things that um, exist in our current educational system is designed in such a way that we are dumbed down. You go to school and you become, I will not say more stupid, because they teach in such a way that you are expected to just take it for what it is, right? You want to become somebody that is curious. You ask questions because it is in questions that we find answers. So if you're not asking questions, instead of saying, I'm broke, there's not enough money. Question is, why am I broke? That's a question, and then you can find the answer. Instead of saying, I'm not making sales. I'm not making sales. Why am I not making sales? What am I doing wrong? Instead of saying, this girl is definitely doing a shower. Question, what are you doing to make this money? Can you teach me? Can I pay for a consultation? Right? You want to ask questions. You want to ask questions. It does not help you to just assume or to just state. The more questions you ask, the more you're able to unlock answers. And those answers, can actually help you solve whatever problem that you have. Become a curious person. Ask why. Always ask why. Why am I doing this? Why am I on this life? What am I supposed to be learning? Why? What? Where? Who am I supposed to be? Have a curious mind, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions. I see Kita, I'm just like, why? Why? Right? Okay. So the next mindset, you have to be, you think in terms of being fast. You come up with an idea, start asking questions fast. You execute fast. You do everything fast, fast. It's not like you come up with an idea and you sit on it for months. Move fast. Who do I need to ask to help me? What do I need to know? Do I have to pay for a consultation? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this? What's the next step? How do I move? Fast. Okay, so I just learned all these things from Kita. Which one can I start doing now? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Fast. What's the point of learning anything if you're just going to sit on it? Right? What's the point? You want to do everything fast, fast. Move fast. Be fast. Right? That is how you lead. You don't want to be the slow person that is just coming from behind. Right? And because I say fast doesn't mean abandon, don't think. See, I'm saying ask questions. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Do I need more help? Do I need more information? Right? So, another mindset is that you have to be bold. Bold. You must not be afraid. Right? In this, you want to make money. You must not be afraid. Afraid of what? Is poverty not enough as a source of fear? You're afraid you will fail. But if you don't move, you're already failing. Is it a worse failure than where you are right now? Could get worse though if you stay there. Right? So you want to um face everything with boldness. Of course, life sucks. Of course, things get hard. Be bold. Be bold. Tell yourself that although this thing is difficult, I will face it. I will start that business. I will learn that skill. It scares me, but I will still do it because I don't have it. Like, let me tell you, wherever you are right now is the absolute ghetto. Like, it could be so much better. It could be so much better. So why should you be so scared of better that you stay at good? When you can be the best, why should you stay there? Why should you tell yourself, well, I don't know, I might fail? What if you fail? What's the worst that could happen? You start again. Or the funny thing is, when you start again, you're starting with leverage because now you know why you failed and you will not repeat them again. So you have a real chance if you let yourself take that chance. Be bold. Be bold. Be bold. Right? So, number 9 is leverage. It is understanding that, because people that make money, they understand that they cannot do it by themselves. You cannot make good money by yourself. You need people. If you are somebody that does not like to ask for help or pay for help or learn from people or be a team person or work with people, you know you have a problem on your hands. You are going to be broke. Let me just tell you. Because you cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. You need people. Right? You need people. And it's something I tell people a lot. You're going to make any real money. You need you need people. If your parents are not rich and you don't have like your dad helping out with like, girl, you had better network. You better get yourself into communities. Become somebody that is valuable within those communities. Right? See, now if join communities, build your own community, create leverage. And I would say there are 3 different types of leverage. But the one leverage, right? You have money, right? You can leverage on money. That's or if you don't have the money to leverage on, you leverage on community. Hey, I'm hungry. Wow, I need to get food this morning. If you cannot, what's it called? Yeah, if you cannot leverage on money, you leverage on community. Leverage on YouTube, leverage on free content. Just get yourself, just make sure that you don't have to start from the bottom. That's what leverage does. It gives you an head start. And as you grow, you just get more leverage, more and more and more leverage. Right? So, oh, you can't hear me. Are you sure it's not your network? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. It could be my network, your network. So the idea is that it's easier to make money when you already have money. It's easier to make money when you already have money, right? And hey, God of mercy, what is this hunger? It's easier to make money when you already have money. And for a lot of people, They don't have that money to make. But people who make money understand how important leveraging on other people. That's why you see they look for investors, you know. Yeah. But besides that, if you are somebody that is valuable, you can easily build maybe a community and leverage that community, to probably make sales or whatever. So, as maybe a business owner, I don't know what you do. Leverage is very, very important, and it's something we'll still talk about, right? So, almost like leverage, yeah, you can, and this is, I would say, it's a part of leverage, and this is number 10. They build teams. They build teams. But the thing is that before you can actually build a team, you have to have succeeded in in the understanding abundance, creating value, you know, becoming a patient person, becoming disciplined, becoming excellent, um, becoming curious, becoming fast, becoming bold before you can build a team. So you can learn on the job. Oh, you can learn on the job. But I want you to know that if you are going to get any real thing done, any create real impact, you'd have to build a team around yourself to make good money. Good money. Right? So, um, that's everything I have for you guys today. Which that's what I have for you guys today. 10 mindsets of people who make money. And well, there are lots of others. If you check my channel, you probably find some more videos. You find more videos. Yeah, but let me just say more. Um, it takes incredible focus to create the life that you want. It takes incredible focus, right? And I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. It is not easy. As you can see, I'm up. I could be sleeping right now, but I'm awake. So of course it's not easy, but it is worth it. It's not easy, but it is worth it. It's stressful, but it is worth it. I hope you understand. So if you're on this live right now, make sure to like this video. Like the video. Like. And of course, I have a newsletter which I'm going to be advertising to you right now. Right. And in this newsletter, I share a lot with business owners, entrepreneurs mostly, who want to make more money. I share insights, share knowledge with you, to help you scale and increase your income. So if that's something you'd like to be part of, then you totally need to subscribe to the newsletter. Right, you need to subscribe to the newsletter. I'll be adding some links to the description pretty soon so that you can read through what you'll be getting in the newsletter and understand what you'll be getting in the course that comes with the newsletter, because this newsletter comes with a course called Bastard Money Magnets to help you attract bastard money and make mad money, right? So um if you joined, this is day 2, and if you made it to day 2, I'm so proud of you, and I hope to see you tomorrow, where we'll be talking about, wait, let me see what tomorrow's topic is. Tomorrow is 5 things that will wreck you financially. 5 things that will wreck you financially. That's where I will enter some of you people. I will enter you. So sorry. I will enter you. But anyways, yeah. So if you've not already subscribed to the Business Vibes newsletter, you are missing out. Oh, you are missing out. As it is now, as soon as I'm done with this particular class, I'm going to write a newsletter to share with the members of my inner circle. So if you'd like to be part of that Send me a message if you have me on WhatsApp. Send me a message and just let me know. And how much is it? It's just 3,000 naira. 3 per month. For you'll be thinking is a one-time payment. It's not a one-time payment. You have to keep subscribing so you value what you are getting, right? So yes, I wish you good luck in your journey to making a lot of money. I hope that you don't get carried away by the noise and you focus on getting the bag. So if you're on this live right now, you've not already subscribed, subscribe. I know most of you are subscribed already and like the video. Then don't forget to share with your friends. Don't be selfish. Share with your friends. Let them know that there is this incredible content on YouTube for them, and it's going to be for 30 days. So share, 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 share. You also find the links to share on the group. Yeah, it's the second day of MSM, and we have 28 days to go. Let's kill it. Let's go. Okay, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'm ending the live. Bye, bye, bye. And I beg, I'm so hungry.